Hello students. So good morning to all. So today this is the second lecture for our chapter vapor power cycle. Now in that we in first lecture we discussed about the Rankine cycle, which are the components involved with the Rankine cycle, boiler, uh, then turbine, condenser, pump. So in which process we are adding heat, in which process we are getting work, we are rejecting heat. So these we discussed. Now, today we discuss that how to find out the efficiency. Clear? So we all know that to find out the efficiency, all the enthalpy required. Clear? So today we will discuss that how to find out the efficiency. Before that, how to find out the all the enthalpy four, and then after we can by use of that enthalpy we can find out the efficiency. So I am sharing this PPT with you. So we will try to understand by use of this PPT. One minute. Hope that this slide is visible to all. So let me do it in a full screen. So now we will start with our first. Now in that also three cases, three types are there. So in Rankine cycle, first case or first type is dry saturated. Clear? So if our condition is dry saturated, how to find out the enthalpy? How to find out the efficiency? So that we will discuss. Clear? So all you know that what is saturated condition. So suppose this is our TS diagram. Suppose this is TS diagram. In that we all know that this is our point number one. Water after heat, water get heated, it starts converting into steam. So at point number two, it totally get converted into steam, and then after we are passing that steam to the turbine. Clear? So from two to three, it get expanded. That steam get expanded and come into the then after it will come to the condenser. Now from condenser, here we can see that again it will become water. Again at point number 4 that steam will become water, and from 4 by use of pump we are again supplying it to the boiler. Clear? But important point for us is this. We can see this is the dry saturated condition. Dry saturated, because this point is on this curve or on this line, that's why it is known as dry saturated. Clear? So I hope you have understood this concept. So now, first of all, in all the example, two pressure or two temperature will be given, would be given to you. Clear? So in all the example, always pressure, two pressure or two temperature, two saturated temperature given will be given to you. So suppose we will take example of these, or we will take these as an example. So here you can see determine the cycle efficiency of Rankine cycle using steam between pressure 35 bar and 0.07 bar. So these are the two pressure given. So always uh, there would be pressure given to you. Clear? So first of all, what you have to do, you have to make one table uh, uh, of data by use of steam table. Clear? So here one example is there. So suppose this is the steam table, and here which are the data 35 are. So from here you can see, from here you have to collect all the data: saturation, temperature, HF, HFG, HG, SF, SFG, SG, VF, VG. That you have to collect. And second pressure was our 0.07. So for 0.07 also, here you can see saturation temperature, HF, HFG, HG, SF, SFG, SG, VF and VG. So all the data you have to collect from the steam table, and you have to make one separate table for that specific pressure. Clear? So here you can see the two pressures are given, but sometime it may possible that in place of this pressure, saturation temperature also might be given to you. Clear? Here pressure given, but it is possible that in exam they may give you the temperature. So here these are the saturation temperature. So on the basis of also you can find out the all the data by use of steam table, so that you all know that how to find out that you have studied it in EME. If still you are not comfortable, or you are finding difficulties in taking data from the steam table, you can contact me. Clear? So first of all you have to draw the table. Then after simple procedure. Which are those simple procedure? Just you have to utilize these formulas to find out the enthalpy. Clear? So here I written that what I have written, H2. How can we find H2? H2 is equal to Hg at P boiler. H2 is equal to Hg at P boiler. So let us check. Let us check from this table. So now here, which pressure is boiler pressure and which is condenser pressure? So obviously, our higher pressure would be boiler pressure, lower pressure would be condenser pressure. So here you can see that at boiler pressure, what was the equation for H2? For H2, it was written that H2 is equal to Hg at which pressure? Boiler pressure. So here you can see that what is Hg at boiler pressure? You can see that 2802. Clear? Here unit not written but kilojoule per kg. So this is basically H2. Then after, then after, here you can see what is procedure for H4. H4 is equal to HF at P condenser. So let us take it from here. So here you can see what is H4. H4 is equal to HF. H4 is equal to HF at P condenser. So this is pressure condenser. What is HF? Simple, 163.4. So this is how you can find out the H4. I hope that you have understood till now. Now two enthalpy remaining. Still two enthalpy we found out, which H2 and H4. Still two enthalpies are remaining. So let us find out those remaining enthalpy. So first of all, we will find out the we will find out first we will find out H3. But for H3, lengthy process is there. For H3, here you can see, suppose here we have diagram. Suppose this is the diagram, TS diagram. Suppose this is the TS diagram, and this is the cycle, Rankine cycle for saturated condition. So suppose this is point 1, this is point 2. Here, this will be our isentropic process. Then after, clear? Point number 1, point number 2, point number 3, and point number 4. Now, to find out this enthalpy, To find out this enthalpy, we require dryness fraction at point 3. What we require? Dryness fraction at point 3. But it is basically not given. Dryness fraction is not given. So how to find out the enthalpy 3? So that is still problem. So here we can do one thing. So here you can see this is what this is totally vertical line. Now vertical line means S2 is equal to S3. Here you can see this is the line for entropy. This is for entropy. So we can say that S2 is equal to S3. S2 is equal to S3. So that's why first of all what we have to find out? First of all we have to find out the S2. I hope that you understood my point. So here procedure will be like this. Here what will be the procedure? First you have to find out the S2. On the basis of S2 you have to find out the S3. Clear? So because S2 is equal to S3, so you got the S3. From S3 you can get the value of X3. From X3 finally you can get the value of H3. I hope that you have understood it perfectly. First of all you need to find out S2. Once you found S2, S3 is easy because S2 is equal to S3. Now from the S3 you can find out X3, and from X3 you can find out the H3. I hope you understood my point. So we will see that which are the formula. So this is the formula. This is the procedure: S2, S3, X3, and from X3 H3. So how to find out the S2? So here equation is given. S2 is equal to Sg at P boiler. S2 is equal to Sg at P boiler. So let us check that what is S2. Sg at P boiler. So this is basically P boiler, and in P boiler what is Sg? 6.1228. 6.1228. So here you can see we found out the S2. So S3 is equal to S2. Okay. So then after S3 is equal to SF plus X3 into SFG. S3 is equal to SF plus X3 into HFG. Now here unknown will be X3 only. So you can easily find X3. But there is a question that from where you have to get this data. From where you have to get this data. It is basically from which pressure? Basically we have to take it from the condenser pressure. Clear? Both these SF and SFG. So let us check that. Have we taken it from the condenser pressure? Let us check. So what is SF? Here you can see. Here you can see what is SF. Where is SF? This is SF. 0.559. And this is 7.717. So let us check that. So 0.559, 7.717. So it is taken from the condenser pressure. So finally we found the X3. So now you just have to put this X3 here. You just have to put X3 here. So you can find out the H3. But again, from where you have to find out this HF and HFG? It is taken from the condenser pressure. Clear? So already I have written this formula. Here you can see S2 is equal to Sg. At which pressure? Boiler pressure. S3 is equal to S2. S3 is equal to SF, X3, SFG. In that value you have to take from the P condenser. Now here also all the value you have to take from the P condenser. So all the equations are given to you. But I expect that you also do not have to remember the formula. Clear? On the basis of just graph or diagram, you would be able to prepare the formula. Clear? So after that, we found out the H3. So three enthalpy we found. Now only one is remaining. And which one is that? H1. H1 is remaining. So this is the procedure for H1. Here you can see for H1 what we have to do. WP is equal to H1 minus H4. Clear? And so two equations are there for WP, H1 minus H4 and this equation. So what we will do, we will find out the WP first from this equation, and we will put that value here. Now already this value is with us. H4 we already found out, so we can find out the H1. I hope that you have understood this. But let us try with example, that in example what we did. So here we can see what we did. We written all the formula. P boiler minus P condenser. So P boiler is basically 35 bar and this is 0.07 bar. But here you have to write in kilopascal. That's why this is the value. And this is the 0.07. In place of that, we have written 7. Clear? And from where you got this VF? VF you have to take it from the condenser pressure. So here you can see we have taken it from the condenser pressure. Clear? So once you got the WP, this is the equation for WP. Put this value, find out the H1. So unknown is only H1. So this is how you can find out the H1. So this is how we found out all the enthalpy, H1, H2, H3, H4. Clear? So these are the formula. W net. What is W net? Or what is efficiency? W net divided by QS. Output by input. So what is output? Work from the turbine. So that is our what is our output from the power plant? What is output? WT minus WP. That is our output. So this is output. And what is our input? Heat supplied in the boiler. That is our input. So what is WT minus WP? So from where we can find out the WT? This is WT. This is WP. This is QS. So you can easily find out the efficiency. I hope that. But here you can see for all the data we require enthalpy. So we found out all the enthalpy, we can easily find out the data. And on the basis of that we can find out the efficiency. And this is also formula, direct formula for the efficiency. Just you have to put the value of enthalpy. So this is how you can calculate the efficiency. I hope that you have understood this uh, chapter properly. Clear? So if in case of any doubt, you can contact me. And again, I will upload also video for the superheated and for the wet condition. So this was the video only for the dry saturated. So thank you all for listening me. In case of any doubt, you can contact me anytime. And if you found difficulty in this, or if you are comfortable with Gujarati language, just inform me. So I will also explain you and try to conduct this lecture in our Gujarati language. So thank you all. So here I am stopping this video.